Alright, here we go. Section 2-5, dividing integers. And we have example 1 here on page 107. There's A and B. Part A says negative 32 divided by negative 8. Alright, so I'm going to take you back to what we learned in the previous section. Anytime we're multiplying or dividing, every two negatives cancel out. So what happens here, since we have two negative signs, you could almost do this. Basically, it's the same as saying positive 32 divided by positive 8, which you guys all know is 4, right? So both negative signs canceled out. When we get positive 4, now the bottom has a positive divided by a positive, 75 divided by 5, or 5 into 75 would end up going 15 times. All right. In example 2, at the bottom of page 107, again we're dividing. So we've got negative 42 divided by 3. Now again, this is every two negatives cancel out. So there's only one negative. So that means for this answer, nothing cancels out. So whatever I get for 3 dividing into 42 will end up giving me my answer. All right. Subtracting here, I'm going to leave off some things, but 3 goes into 12 4 times exactly. So the negative sign just drops down basically because there's only one. Every two cancel out, and then 42 divided by 3 is 14. So that's that answer. And for the bottom example, there's only one negative once again. So nothing cancels out, so my answer will be negative. And then the dividing part is just 48 divided by 6, which I know that 6 times 8 is 48, so that answer is negative 8, final answer. And we're going to flip over to page 108, next page. Example 3 at the top says AB divided by negative 4 if A equals negative 6 and B equals negative 8. Now I didn't mention this before, but I want you to take notice of the parentheses. All right. In this case, you would do parentheses first. That's part of PEMDAS. But inside just says negative 4. So there's nothing really to do there. It just says AB divided by negative 4. If it helps you to pretend that the parentheses aren't even there, go ahead and do that. I don't think that's a problem. But AB, that's A times B. So we're going to plug that in first. That would be negative 6 times negative 8. And then we're dividing by negative 4. Again, we're going to do this step by step. There are no parentheses. There are no exponents. So there's multiply, divide. We do the first multiplication or division we see, which is this right here. Negative times a negative is positive, and 6 times 8 is 48. So that's 48. I'm going to drop down the rest. As you can probably notice here, there is a couple steps you could do at the same time. End up dividing by negative 4. But 48 divided by negative 4, there's only one negative on this one, so my answer will be negative. And 48 divided by 4 is 12. Okay, negative 12. All right, in my example here on example 4, right below example 3, word problem here says the wind chill temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit for the first 6 days in January were negative 2, negative 2, 8, 5, negative 9, negative 12, and negative 2. And it says to find the mean temperature for the 6 days. And so what we know about mean means average. All right, so we're going to average these temperatures out, which means you add up all the numbers that we're taking the average of, and then you divide by how many numbers there are. Right? So we'd be dividing by 6. But the first thing we're going to do is add up all these negatives and positives. All right? So going back to a few of the things we've learned before, scribble out the plus sign whenever it says plus negative. Here's another plus negative. Here's another plus negative. All right? So I'm going to rewrite this now without those plus signs in it. All right, so that's done now. It says negative 2 plus 8 plus 5 minus 9 minus 2, and then we're going to find all that answer and then divide it by 6. And so I'm going to walk you through this as we do the top row there. Negative 2 means go left 2, so I'm at negative 2. Plus 8 means to go right 8. So if I'm at negative 2 and I go right 8 spots, I'm now at positive 6. Alright, so I'm at 6 now. And then I'm going to go right 5. If I'm at positive 6, and I go right 5, I'm now at positive 11. Cross that one off. So now I'm at 11. I go left 9, or just subtracting 9. 11 minus 9 is positive 2. So now I'm at 2. And then I'm going to go left 12. All right, if I'm at positive 2 and I go left 12, I would end at negative 10. So now I'm currently sitting at negative 10, and I'm going to go left 2 more. That ends up being negative 12. All right, so if you add all those numbers together, that is still the sum of those numbers. The sum of those numbers is negative 12. And I'm still going to divide by 6, which we all know to be negative 2, which sounds like that is the degrees Fahrenheit average temperature for our question. Good job. Best of luck, guys.